Howdy, folks. Hope y'all are doing okay today. Thanks for tuning in to another Cruise with Smooth. Before I get into it today, give me a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And like I've always said, if there's something that you want to know my opinion on, even if it's something I've never talked about before, feel free to leave that in the comments. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind having to do a little research to come up with my opinion on something or to talk a little bit about something. So anyway, now that I've said all that, got something on my mind it's been kind of bugging me, and I think I finally figured out how I want to put it in words. Everyone deserves their day in court by a trial, an impartial trial by a jury of their peers, and judged on available evidence. Now, the only time that I have ever been in court, for me, where the state said something about me was a traffic violation. Imagine that. What was funny is I got there early. I was working night shift, so I went home, took a cat nap, went to my court date. Get down there, rather, and I was there before the judge was ready, before court was in session, because I thought, okay, well, maybe they'll do it in order of arrival so I can get done and get home and get to sleep. Didn't end up happening that way because they did it in alphabetical order, and we'll just say that my last name is in the last half of the alphabet. So, anyway, I go to court. Since I'm there early and not gonna make anybody wait, the DA, I actually got to talk to him for a little bit, and we came to a agreement. He just said, you're here early. I'm like, yeah, I work night shift, so I didn't have to get up. He goes, oh, well, I'll go ahead and knock this off. It was all driving offenses. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't cause an accident. So anyway, I got a lesser charge due to just showing up a little early. Well, I think the funniest part about this story is the judge that I ended up having was a judge that I had known for several years prior on a first name basis. And I had seen her call up traffic offenders before she got to me, so I knew kind of the way that everything was going to go, and I wasn't going to go to trial or waste anybody's time. I knew what I did. I knew I did what they said I did. So they call my name, and the judge, she had a routine. She'd be flipping through her paper, look up, make sure someone stood up when the bailiff called their name, and look back down and flip to that sheet of paper. Well, she looks up to make sure that someone stands up and that, I'm there. And then she looks back down, and then she recognizes my name, and she looks back up and stares at me the whole time I'm walking up. And the only difference that I got in that courtroom compared to every other traffic offender is at the end of it, she said, "It is good to see you again." I said, "Yes, ma'am, it's good to see you too." She's like, "I never want to see you in my courtroom again." I said, "Yes, ma'am." The irony in that statement is about 3 years after that, I was called to serve as a juror for her. So, we both, we never said anything, but we both looked at each other and grinned when I ended up getting set on a jury panel for one of her cases. So that was interesting. But anyway, I did what they said I did. and there wasn't any defense on my account, the only way that I could have entered a plea of not guilty, and it may or may not have gone to trial, but at the end of the day, the only way that I would have got out of the ticket is if I had paid a lawyer to get their evidence disqualified. Example, if a radar gun was out of calibration or hadn't been recertified in time, things like that. So, I just went on ahead and took that plea. Or, theoretically, if the cop just didn't show up to testify against me. They've got better things to do than waste their time with that. So, really, I'm getting a call from my wife. This will be part 2.